Hi YouTube, hope you guys are doing great. Today is Tuesday, December 18th. So by now you guys probably have read the title, and we're about to discuss like lady part issues and things like that because I had posted a video about an IUD, which is intrauterine device or whatever. It's used for birth control and things like that. Anyways, so I had a really bad experience with mine from like the actual insertion of it. I went into shock. I think it's the vasovagal response or whatever it's called. But anyways, like threw up, almost passed out, started bleeding a lot, came off the table in pain. It was really bad, but I have a very sensitive cervix, and I'm saying this on YouTube, but whatever. Mostly women are going to be watching this video. Anyway, so for my other subscribers, I feel bad. You can just turn it off now, and I still will love you. But I started losing my hair like crazy. And I started experiencing a lot of the 5 to 10% only population like side effects or whatever. So only 5 to 10% people actually have the IUD, the Mirena IUD, have these certain side effects. And so I was experiencing them. I broke out in acne. My skin's still kind of crazy right now. And my hair just started falling out. Like, you know, usually after like a month or something, your hairbrush starts to fill up and you like clean it out or whatever. Mine was like in a week. And just like I was finding hair everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like a woolly mammoth or something. It was just ridiculous. I started getting dizzy spells. I would just be standing or something in the kitchen and I'm like, oh my God, I felt really disoriented and high and like messed up. And so I'd have to sit down. I would get random bouts of like nausea. And then I started getting migraines too. And so I was getting a little bit worried about that. I spotted the entire time, just consistent bleeding for like 3 months or whatever. I had it in for like 2.5 months, almost 3 months. And cramps, when I actually had like a period supposedly, were just terrible. They were so bad. I was like on the floor in pain or whatever. So, and that could be because your ovaries actually start to work again. Like if you've been on the pill and you switch to IUD, it actually like starts up your ovaries, so you're actually releasing eggs and stuff like that. And so maybe I just had a really bad experience with that. So anyways, but they give it to you. Well, she's like, do you want this? And I'm like, yes, because I'm going to make a Christmas tree ornament out of it. But anyway, so here it is. That's the Mirena. It's really flexible. It's just got like little wings. And so the string hangs down your cervix or whatever, and they cut it usually when they put it in. The procedure takes like 2 minutes, if that, or anything like that. So it's not that bad, but I was out for like 2 days. I couldn't do anything. It was really bad. So, but most of you won't have this bad of a problem or whatever, but I am very sensitive to like substances and like foreign objects and things like that. So anyway, so when they take it out, you know, it's sitting in your uterus or whatever, like your fallopian tube things, just resting there. And so when they pull it, it just folds up like this, and, you know, the little wings go up and it comes out or whatever. So not a huge ordeal. And it's like really flexible and tiny, and it's got, you know, what is it, progesterone and like estrogen or something inside of it or whatever. And so yeah. But the doctors and the nurses like really did not want me to take it out. They're like, you should wait some more, and like bleeding's natural and like all these other side effects. I'd also like gained weight too. What were some of the other things that I had happening? But anyway, so she tried to go through the list of side effects that I was going through and like tried to like make them up. She's like, okay, weight gain. She's like, there's no calories in this. You can't gain weight. You know, blah, 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 like dizziness, nausea, you know, hunger, you know, blah, blah, blah. And like tried to make up all these things like hair loss. Well, maybe it's a thyroid problem. And she tried to explain it that there's no way you can have all these side effects because when the IUD is inside your uterus, it's only locally emitting the hormones. And so somehow, therefore, in her mind, that it's not going to be in the rest of your system. Like our whole blood system, you know, it's like all interconnected, and there's no way that it's not going to get into the rest of your system. So that was really stupid, and I think they're just trying to convince me to keep it in. So after a debate, I was like, it needs to come out. And so they took it out. The removal was really not that bad. I remember she's like, are you ready? And I'm like, oh God, why do you have to ask me like that? You know, like, brace yourself. We're going in for impact. And so I was freaking out. Anyway, so I'm sitting there and she starts to pull it. I get a brief queasy feeling, and then it was out. And ever since then, I have felt free, and I haven't been worried about like cancer and other stuff like that. Because I've read like weird conspiracy things about the company that produces Mirena also deals with like ovarian cancers and like cervical cancer, stuff like that, and providing drug treatments. And like, you know, drug companies supply numerous things, you know, for stuff. But I got worried, and all these side effects, ever since I got it put in, I was just like, something's not right. I just don't like this. I am like hesitant to keep it in type thing. So if you are having some side effects and it's not that bad, then like keep it in for 3 months, see what you think. But yeah, I remember seeing a lady who like went bald. She had like a bald chunk missing or whatever, and that was crazy. And so I was just like, what if I go bald? This would be terrible. But anyway, so I went on to an ultra low dose hormonal pill, kind of like, what is it called? Not Astera, what is it? I forget what it's called. But anyways, it's like 0.20 micrograms or something like that. And so that's not that bad because I was becoming estrogen dominant. And it was killing off my thyroid because a lot of the times when people are on these hormone treatments for so long, they become estrogen dominant. And that leads to cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, like all these other things, endometriosis, all sorts of problems. And so doctors really don't supplement or balance it with like progesterone or, you know, like other treatments to help balance out your system, which is a shame. And so a lot of women have all these side effects and like bad things like cancer. You know, that's a huge part of it. So I am back onto a very low dose thing, and I'm hoping that my system will balance it out because I was previously at postmenopausal hormone levels, like a 56-year-old lady, and that's why I'm like tired all the time. I'm still tired, but I've only had this pill for maybe like less than a month or something like that, maybe a month or so. So we will see. But anyway, so the removal's not bad. You're not even going to remember it. You might remember the insertion though, and a lot of women don't like it. So, but I thought about the copper one. And that doesn't have a hormone, but I've also heard like heavier cramping, other stuff like that. So make sure you guys do your research before you decide to get one put in or taken out and figure out what is really best for you guys. And yeah, so that is my story. I hope you guys are doing great. And if you are my subscribers or not, everyone should subscribe because I need to rack up more subscriptions apparently according to YouTube. So because I get sponsored, whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing great. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.